Hello and welcome to this Wearside Youth for Christ assembly. Now, you might be wondering, why are we at the beach? Well, Andy and Laura are going to complete a challenge today. You see, in front of them are two carrier bags, and inside of those carrier bags are some very heavy rocks. Their challenge is to see which of them can hold their carrier bags full of rocks out for the longest. So, Andy, Laura, are you ready?
No! Yes!
Right, well, let's begin. 3, 2, 1, lift!
Two arms out further. What do you mean? Got it like this. Got it like this. Hands on your belly. It's very nice to have my belly. Lift your arms out to your feet. I hope you enjoyed that activity challenge that Laura and Andy just did of lifting up the heavy bags, but you might be wondering, why on earth did we do that? Well, today we're thinking about sadness, and sadness can sometimes feel like this heavy burden that we just can't hold on to any longer. So today I want you to think about, how is it you feel sadness? Is it that you just cry? Is it that you cry so much you get really snotty? Is it that you just go quiet and want to be by yourself? In the Bible, there's a quote, and somebody described sadness like this: "Oh, that my head were a spring of water, and my eyes a fountain of tears. I would weep day and night for the slain of my people." This was wrote by a guy called Jeremiah, and he was just crying so much that it felt like these tears would never end. So how is it you feel sadness? And we see in the Bible, people experience sadness for lots of different reasons. We see the likes of Job, where he was just heartbroken over the circumstances of the loss of his family and of illness, and it just wore him so down and he felt so low and sad. And we even see homesickness in the Bible. We see the people taken away from their home country, and they tell that they were just weeping by the river, missing their homeland. But there's a big question of, what do we do with sadness? Because if we hold on to it, we just feel like if we keep holding on to it, we'll just burst. We can't physically lift that burden anymore. And as Christians, we look to the Bible for our advice, and the Bible instructs us to mourn with those who mourn. So I mentioned Job earlier, and what happens is some of Job's friends come to him and they see how sad he is, and they start weeping with him, and actually they mourn with him and are in that sadness with him. And we as well can do that for our friends. When we know our friends are sad, we can come alongside with them and share in their sorrow. And also, when we're sad ourselves, we can let people be there for us. Sometimes that's hard to open up and share with people when we're feeling sad. But actually, we have to open up and let people in so that they can come alongside us and almost give them permission to come and comfort us at that time. And I want to read a verse from the Bible. It's from the book called Psalms, and it's Psalm 34. And I'm just going to read 2 verses out. It says, "The righteous cry out, and the Lord hears them. He delivers them from all their troubles. The Lord is close to the brokenhearted and saves those who are crushed in spirit." And as Christians, what we believe is that actually when we're upset, that actually God knows that. He's in that with us. And in the Bible, in the New Testament, we see Jesus crying and being sad. So we know that God actually shares in our sadness because he knows what it feels like. And as Christians, we believe God can give us comfort when we feel that. So I'm going to leave it there, but I'm going to ask you 2 questions. 1, what do you do with your sadness? How is it that you can get through that? Is it listening to sad songs to feel it more? Is it by writing it down? Is it by doing art, doing something that you find fun? And also, how is it that you can help others in their sadness? How is it that you can help friends and family members when they are sad? Thank you for listening, and we'll see you soon. Bye!